here, founder of RNA Labs, here to talk to you about our CWAVE technology. Now first, CWAVE stands for Constant Water, Air, Ventilation, and Evacuation. Exactly what it sounds like. The water goes down to the bottom and there's always air movement so the water can escape. Now, why did we make CWAVE? Well, there's a lot of animals that we keep, they come from tropical regions or just regions where there's tons of rain, like 13, 16 feet of rain in some parts of the world, annually. It's a lot of water. Now, as keepers, we do the best that we can, with, keeping a high humidity. We have our water bowls, which is all good stuff, but I know from personal experience with different animals that I've had, whether they're invertebrates or mammals, there's something about flowing water that attracts them. Yeah, they'll use a water bowl sometimes. My cat never did. Didn't matter. I had to turn on the sink every time I got home. The bowl is always full. Anyhow, so yeah, we have to try to do our best, I feel, to replicate their place of origin. And so that was the real driver behind designing CWAVE. Now, we'll get into mold. Now, in all the enclosures that are on the market today, even if you put in a drainage layer, which is good and everything, it creates an air pocket, but the water will go down there and then it has nowhere to go. It flows through, goes down into your clay pellets. Clay pellets hold on to moisture that can't really evaporate, so it'll take forever for the water to go anywhere, which creates a prime environment for mold. You have low oxygen, no air movement, and it's extremely moist. So that was another idea behind designing CWAVE, is try to reduce the chances of getting mold. So now let's get into the technology part, explaining how CWAVE works. Okay, so you'll see the enclosure here. Looks like a normal RNA Labs enclosure. But if you go to the bottom here, you have where everything is going on. Now, that black pad there, that is an activated carbon pad, which serves a couple purposes here. Number one, it is our primary filter for water that goes through. The water that'll make it down into the ventilation chamber is going to be cleaner, because it's running through substrate. So we have to stop the substrate from going through with the water. Also, activated carbon pads, they're good for attracting, microbes and things of that nature. So it helps moderate what's going on in your substrate. And then we go to, the next level down, that thin metal strip, that is our perforated aluminum with holes that are big enough to let the water flow through freely down into the ventilation chamber. And it acts as a support for the activated carbon pad, and most importantly, no animals can chew through it. So yeah, necessary. Now, down here in the ventilation chamber, first, these pink pellets that are there, they're going to be, blue when you first receive them. They're moisture indicating silica gel pellets. They will tell you how much water they are holding and roughly what your relative humidity is. When they're dry, 100%, they're this blue, and it will start to change color. They'll go to pink, and then when they're at 90% retention, they're full of water, so they become clear. And we have the activated carbon pellets. Those act as our secondary filtration system. So, between that and the moisture indicating silica gel, which actually encapsulates the water and keeps a dry surface, it keeps the water that collects in the ventilation chamber as clean as possible. So yeah, necessary. Again, anyhow, so CWAVE comes, not all of our enclosures, but it does come in our tall junior enclosure, comes in our tall enclosure, comes in our wide and our tall XL. If you want to get into the product descriptions and highlights, you can go to rnalabexotics.com, and if you want, you can contact us at rnalabexotics.com. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.